what transgressed to make you think of starting a construction company?
I was at a journeyman heavy equipment operators. It was all a hammer. Things went to nothing in the late 70s, early 80s.
I have my father, Ray Eberts, with us today, and we are going to talk about the beginning of our company, where it founded, where it started, and kind of everything in between, where we are today and how we got here. So, Ray, thanks for coming and hanging out with me today.
You bet. My pleasure.
Let's talk about the beginning stages. What year are we in? When did you found Eberts Construction?
I got licensed in 1974.
1974. I was born in 1979. Let's talk about what was the economy like? What are things like in 1974, and what were you doing, and what transgressed to make you think of starting a construction company, that sort of thing?
So we moved out here after our first daughter was born. Moved out here in 71 actually. And I was at a journeyman heavy equipment operators license back there with the union. But when I moved out here, the rate was half of what it was on the East Coast. So I decided enough of that. Tried sales, and then I said, well, I'm gonna be a contractor. Just did remodeling. I don't know that was what I had some knowledge in. I asked a lot of questions. A lot of people helped.
So in 1974, can I assume that there were no pneumatic tools, no air guns, things like that back then?
That's correct. It was all a hammer.
Approximately what time, like I'm assuming in the 80s, when did pneumatic tools start to become a thing?
Things went to nothing in the late 70s, early 80s. And I went to North Dakota. And by that time we had nail guns and stuff.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
So early 80s, clearly the economy, interest rates are through the roof. The economy here in Sioux Falls was poor. So you went to Dickinson, North Dakota? Beulah, North Dakota. Okay, so
we're building a gasification plant in Beulah.
Okay.
And they were hiring all these engineers and people from all over the country, and we were building houses for them, for these guys to come in. So it was people from all over the country.
Wow, very cool.
But there was nothing here, so I hired all kinds of subcontractors from Sioux Falls to come up there and work, because there was no work here.
You said, so after 13 months, things started to pick up in Sioux Falls, correct? You could move back and start working here because things were starting to pick up here, right?
Correct.
Why? I mean, interest rates didn't really change at all until, that's early Reagan years, so probably interest rates didn't start coming down until 83, 84, 85, really, right?
Yeah,
I guess right. I don't know exactly when his economic policy started to take place and things started to loosen up, but I'm guessing it's a little later, right, in his first term?
Yep, and then a guy I played ball with, Todd Yetterness, wanted me to build him a house.
Okay.
So I could come back and at least have one house to build.
Was that your first home you ever built from? Oh, I get you built those 13. So those 13 up in Beulah were the first homes you ever built.
First ones.
Gotcha.
And I had Larry Crawford, who worked together for 50 years, but he had the knowledge on how to build homes. I didn't.
Okay.
And I learned from him. I was in charge, but he was teaching me how to build a house.
Very cool.
And so I was fortunate to have him.
So then the company really changed in a way, went from strictly remodeling to building new homes. And now I'm assuming that, mid 80s, you're building new homes and remodeling. Is that correct?
Yep.
Correct. Okay.
Then after I built that one for Todd, then other people saw it and we built more homes. But remodeling was still our bread and butter.
Okay. So we're through the 80s now. Let's get into the 90s. Where are you at in the early 90s? Or we're still remodeling and doing new homes, or have we shifted a little bit more towards mostly new homes at this point in time, or where do you feel
Yeah,
like we're at in the process?
yeah, I was building homes, but I never gave up my remodeling because that's where I had knowledge in, and anybody can build a house.
Sure.
Okay, remodeling, you're gonna have to make judgments every day because you run into things that,
You don't
boy,
know.
there's no plan for
Sure.
it. So you change, you adapt.
Cool.
So I felt that was my bread and butter always. So even though I built houses, that was the part that made you some bucks, that got you ahead.
But it feels like at that point in time, this is me, like, going to high school, that sort of time frame. It feels like at that point in time, like you were more becoming an investor in your company as well, building more spec homes, things like that. Is that correct, or is that happening a little later?
No, that happened about then. I had people that I remodeled for, Schneider's, and they came to an open house and they wanted me to build them a house.
Okay.
So I bought a couple lots, built their house. The neighbor across the street, they said, why don't you build us a house too? So I built a couple. And I guess when I back off of that, though, my first spec house was not just a small house. It was a fairly good sized house in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. At that time, if you got into 300,000-400,000,
Big house in Sioux Falls, huh?
big house.
Yeah.
But I decided if I was going to build a spec house, it just wasn't going to be some starter home.
Okay.
I mean, that was probably stupid on my side. Who does something dumb like that? But anyway, it worked out. From there on, then people thought I built that type of houses, so people were getting me to build that price range house.
Okay.
And so, I don't know, went from there. It just seemed like a boomerang. People just come to you then. You didn't have to. They come to your open house, "Oh, build me a house." Sounds pretty simple, but guess what? That's what it was, simple.
Perfect.
And then I had this young pipsqueak that hung around with me all the time, learning. I guess he was learning because he followed me around all the time and learning. And then if I can jump forward to, he told me he was a commodity broker, and he said,
we're out of college now. We're at the end of my college career.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
just throw that in. And he said, I can't. I'm not an office person. I'm an outdoor person. So, want to come to work for you, or I'll go to work for some other contractor. I said, okay, if you dedicate to that, fine. But he made the assumption that he would have to wear a tool belt for a couple of years to learn how to do this stuff. And I'm informing him right now, I'm not looking for another carpenter. I'm looking for somebody to run the company. So, okay. Yeah, I mean, you spend some time with a belt on, but I got guys like Jason Murray that's been with me 30 years. There's a lot of people here that know how to do it. So,
But in the year and a half, I did have a tool belt on. I learned a great deal about the trades and everything, and it was invaluable knowledge to be able. You need to be able to speak the lingo, speak the language to not only your customers but all your teammates and employees as well. So that was invaluable time in my life. You're right. That was not my love. Working with my hands it's just never been my love. So I knew that I eventually wanted to take over the company, I guess, that you had started. That was important to me as far as legacy and our family and things like that. So, but you're right. I probably assumed that it was going to take longer, but I basically got kind of the crash course in almost everything, because at that point in time, we kind of did everything. I mean, we'd drywall, we'd pour foundations, flatware. I mean, we really, landscaping, we kind of did everything at times. So
Yep.
I did kind of get a crash course in almost everything. I was a master of none, but I knew the lingo at that point in time. So yeah. So then let's take us to. So we're probably in 2000. I know I graduated college in 2001. So we're probably in like the 2003, 2004 range when I'm starting to, do some stuff with the books, and I'm managing projects now, selling projects, and the company's growing, right? There's two of us selling now rather than just one of us. So it's a natural progression to us growing the company. So then, then we're working together, I mean, basically shoulder to shoulder, side by side for, I don't know, 10 years maybe, something like that.
Yeah.
And then, at that point in time, after 10 years, you're getting to the age where, you still haven't retired, but slowing down and taking a step back. You're whatever, in your 70s at that point in time,
My
right?
body can't handle it anymore.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you worked your butt off your entire life, so you should be able to do at the end of your career and the end of your life exactly what you want.
wait a minute, now he's killing me off. I'm not at the end of my life yet.
I am not. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. We may be turning a corner and coming into the straightaway, but yeah, we're not killing you off just yet. You got plenty of years to go, but I think now you can enjoy yourself. You can play cards and take naps whenever you want to, or do exactly whatever you want.
True.
So that's important. But around all the time to be able to help with